His life, his stories, his work was very much like the classic musical anthems that have driven us for centuries. From Mozart to Beethoven to Bach to Liszt to Chopin to Rachmaninoff, Bob Dylan, the Beatles, John Lennon, Neil Young, Jerry Garcia, the Grateful Dead, all these people who just were able to create a world of hope, a world of peace, a world of love, and a world that what we did in life mattered. And that was Duane Roth.
The words that come to my mind are omnipresent, absolutely committed and passionate. There was, I think, in everybody's belief here in San Diego and certainly the life sciences industry that he was the go-to guy to get things done. One of his total interests was making a difference in Washington to make a difference in our industry as well as in San Diego. He was always there when you needed him to listen, to solve a problem, to make a connection. But in the end, this omnipresence was just incredible and made such a difference for what we were trying to do and what we are trying to do.
San Diego's a big, small town, and sometimes we tend to think like a small town. And I think Duane's legacy will be that he got us beginning to think like a big town, and especially with this innovation economy that we have, that will eclipse the kinds of things that they can do in other places because of the fact that we've got this diversity of tech sectors that are all interrelated and all beginning to work with each other more.
One of the unique aspects about the biomedical environment that we live in is that there are 3 NCI-designated cancer centers within about 2 miles of each other. There's no other place like this in the country. And Duane is such a big believer in collaboration, particularly across the Mesa and in San Diego, that he was a major influence towards developing this affiliation, which we refer to as C3. This affiliation brings the best talent in the region, the best science in cancer to bear on helping patients, and it is the model for academia industry interactions throughout the world.
One thing that's his lasting legacy is enthusiasm for entrepreneurship and business development, which is critically important for any region. And when I was in the East Coast, we didn't have a Duane Roth and a Connect in Baltimore. You know, we had individuals who were doing it and foundations, but we really didn't have a Duane Roth who was there, you know, putting on entrepreneurship seminars, meeting with legislators, dealing with City Hall, dealing with state agencies in a way that would help bring resources to the area and contribute to the greater good.
One of the things that I am most proud of, and I really believe that Duane was most proud of, was his ability to really mold Connect into something that most closely resembled him and his vision.
Duane never gave up, and he never let us give up. He often told us that we're at our best when our backs are against the wall, and that meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to Ted and Byron also.
You know, we all grew up on a farm in Iowa. Nobody ever really told us what we could and couldn't do, so there really was never a ceiling.
About a year ago, Duane and his wife Renee and I and some of our friends, we actually traveled to Midwest to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for a birthday party for Denny Sanford. And that theme was a cowboy theme. And Duane, of course, was the best dressed cowboy in the party. But despite the fact that he was very conscious how he was dressed, I think it also showed that he was truly the cowboy from Iowa, and that's what Duane was somewhere deep inside.
Duane was a star in the innovation world, almost always accommodate you, and he would do it by these words: "For you, I'll do it. For you, I'll do it." While I came up with the slogan, he also adopted it in many ways and many uses: community before self. And that was certainly Duane equally as much as it has been myself and many other people in our community.
When things got tough, Duane always wanted to be to the front of the line. To me, that hit home because I thought about biking the San Francisco to San Diego trip that we did twice, and it was amazing. Every time we got into really bad headwinds, there went Duane to the front of the line, and he just stayed there. And never once did he ever even allow me to think about trying to be, the guy making everybody draft off of him. When it got tough, Duane came right up to the front, and he just stayed there and pulled everybody through and loved it.
There he was, on his bike, with his team, with his family. The whole dream right there, one stroke after another. And then there was no more. And now it's our job to make sure that for Duane Roth, it's forevermore.